we got ourselves Austin over for the team 1 as an Arcane Mage, and he's just running in. The man just running in. Oh, it's such a beautiful mount. I kind of want it. I love this mount. Wait, first up, Chicago. Just trying to see if we go for a bit of an honor bow. The two masters of the arcane and the elements meet back in. Are you elemental or enhanced? You are enhancement. All right. Trying to see if you can pull Austin, but the totem just doesn't catch the guy at all. I love the fact that totem grips are a thing for shamans. I don't know when someone started doing it. I think Chicago was the first one to start trying to do it, and then it became just a regular thing. I just wish they were more consistent, you know what I mean? I just wish it was like a mechanic where, let's say, drop the totem and lets you place it without using the totemic movement ability, right? So you can untalent out of it and just let it be a mechanic for this one. Big damage on the Chicago, trying to see if he can root down Austin, looking for a bit of an escape. It's just burrowing underground. He's just trying to see if he can hide from his problems. The big old arcane orb is just barreling towards him. Does get a dodge it though. Austin taking a bit of damage. Chicago finally able to unleash a bit of damage, got himself full ascend, actually able to send the ascend on Austin, who's gonna go for a bit of a knockback, trying to create some space hiding behind the pillar with those missiles firing away at Chicago. That is quite a bit of damage out of the both of them, but still an ice block not taken out of Austin at all. Quick breath on Chicago with a ring of fire right after. Touch of the Magi with a bit of the survivability over the all time. Chicago not doing great on health, no wall, just trying to heal. I think it just might be down for the count. Sunder just to create some CC, but a trinket out of Austin with a barrage right after. There's just nothing you could do. The man's still holding on to trinket, and he's not gonna use it for a stun. He's not gonna use it for some huge CC. He's gonna use it for that Sunder just because he knows he can get it, but now he might need that trinket for this next guy. Ghost with a quick in cap. Doesn't go for leg sweep. Oh, does as this knockback happens, which is huge for Austin. Does go for the blink as Ghost trying to see if he can go for a bit of mobility. The man just cannot catch Austin. That knockback on leg sweep was so good, forcing Ghost to use movement, and that's going to be Austin now countering his movement. So now Ghost is perpetually behind on some of his mobilities, like the economy, right? Austin is able to match him. Normally you want to stay ahead of him, and normally Ghost got like 3 mobility abilities compared to Austin's 1, maybe 2. But then he was able to knock him, and now he's like evened him out, and that's gonna be Ghost just absolutely getting shredded. Still touching the magic coursing right through him. Still got quite a bit of damage coming up. I could see that being just a big one shot with a fire blast at the very end. Just combines the two elements together with tier color. Colox? Tier Colox? Tier color? I don't even know. Tier is gonna be up next. Immediate breath out of Austin. This is the Cloak of Shadows of the Rogue and the Trinket. Wait, hold on a second. That's a lot of cooldown commitment right now. Gouge to Austin, trying to see if you can avoid the ring. I'm actually surprised you weren't getting frozen there. Just trying to see if you can dance around the frost with a smoke bomb to follow, but a ring of fire is going to catch him either way. If he does move, trying to see if he can go for a knock with the Arcane Sphere. Does go for the re-stealth? Yeah, re-stealth and the Shadow Strike. That was just, I don't know, step. Either re-stealth, Shadow Strike, or a step. Touch of the Magi onto tier, trying to see if he can get some damage going. Does go for the Vanish to get himself a reset, and Touch of the Magi does get extinguished since it doesn't have a target, which I don't really like how Touch of the Magi works with stealth targets at all. Shadow Strike instantly for tier, doesn't really wait long inside of stealth, and that's going to be a kick. Juke Poly right after for Austin, has himself a bit of damage rate to go. I don't know if he's going to combine it. He's just going to send it without Touch of the Magi, just going to try to see if he can unleash a little bit of damage onto tier, who's got himself stuns back to back, but plenty of mobility for Austin with a blink into another Vanish. Does himself the Void of Racial Nova to follow as the Void of Racial goes off. I didn't realize that's off DCD, so you can go for that Nova and use that blink mobility ability all at the same time. Tier under quite a lot of stress, quite a lot of pressure, trying to see if he can veer around. Seaver goes in for a gouge, but I think his fate is sealed with a Touch of the Magi. That Nether Tempest ripping right there. There's only so much you can do, and Calamity gonna be up next, trying to see if he can lock down Austin, still holding on to an Ice Block with an Ultra Time Breath to follow. Does go for the kick on the Arcane, which is actually kind of huge for him. Ice Block for Austin as he's looking for a bit of that reset, trying to let his health recover. Alter time set up ahead of time, so he's actually had alter and still blocked either way. I guess maybe he got locked out on something he didn't want to and felt quite a bit of pressure from the Rogue. That is his first immunity of the game so far. We're hitting that 4-minute mark. 20-ish% dampening. Shadow Strike by the Rogue. Touch of the Magi on him though, but Austin locked out onto a kidney shot, cheap shot for just a little bit there. No cloak for the Rogue either. Vanish is available, still taking a bit of that Touch of the Magi damage. It is scaling up little by little. Big slam to follow, and Austin still hanging in. His health actually starting to take a bit of damage though. Calamity Nova'd out with a Vanish immediately. as he gets behind the pillar looking for the reset. Cooldown wise, he's a little bit behind, got himself plenty of CC. Ring of Fire trying to see if he can keep Austin plenty healthy. He does walk through the fire though. It's going to take a little bit of that damage. Stun locks are great versus the mage though. It is actually getting himself quite a bit of pressure. Touching the magic, perfect opportunity for Austin to maximize some damage blind onto the mages though. And the rogue doesn't go to break it. He just wants to see this as much as possible. Big barrage, Arcane Sphere loaded up. Could be cheat death right there for the rogue. Does get knocked back really quickly. Still another Tempest on him to keep him out of stealth, if at all possible. Calamity, not quite out of the woods yet. Ring of Fire on the left-hand side with an Arcane Orb on the other. Does go for the Shadowy Duel versus Austin. Blink is available, trying to see if he can maybe get himself some damage out. But Arcane missiles with a Nova just doesn't even give him a cheat death whatsoever. With Lathamoka going to be up next, charging out as a dragon versus Austin, who does not have an ice block. Right now for Lathos could be an opportunity to win. Austin, I don't know if he's going to survive this one. He has himself a potential to maybe somehow claw back a victory, or is this going to be Lath taking him? Because this is the opportunity right now. The mage has got nothing left. Going to be a deep breath, is able to avoid it fairly easily. Got himself the Arcane Sphere to knock the evoker back as he rounds the bend. Actually doesn't kind of jump in over the orb by the looks of it. It's going to be touching the magic, just trying to keep him at distance. Ring of Fire around the corner with an Arcane Orb right after. Lath got himself a wall, so at least if anything should be able to get in there without being interrupted, as long as he's running the right PvP talent. Try to go for a knockup onto Austin. The man got himself an invis just to subtly escape out of sight and doesn't have any dots on him, so it's actually got himself that much needed reset. Lath still holding on to his big Dragon Rage ability. His big, I like your Mog by the way. That actually looks really cool. A little bit of that gold, a little bit of that yellow. I like that a ton, actually. Hold on a second. If you ever stop moving, I can peep your Mog and find out what it all looks like. Breath onto Lath does not have a trinket, so for Austin, if anything, that's an advantage in crowd control at the very bare minimum. Does go for the immunity as the touch of magic is on him. Full burst available for Austin. Looking to go for the knockback sphere. Is going to attach and disintegrate. Austin gets still quite a bit of damage. Limit Flames are up for Lathmoker. Needs a bit of survivability. That wall is helping him out a lot here. That's quite a bit of defensive damage reduction. Goes in for a quick interrupt onto Austin, but still not out of the woods. 35% dampening is definitely making it a little bit difficult for the Evoker. Still holding on to his main Dragon Rage ability. If you can close the gap, use Dragon Rage, unleash a couple empowerments, you'll be fine. Goes in for deep breath, big mobility for the mage, as Lathmoker looking to get himself some mobility as well. Disintegrates, does get interrupted on the blue, looking for a living flame. I think maybe self-heal? Oh no! The Austin just ended up chipping away at the guy little by little. I didn't realize Lath, I guess, at this high of a dampening does end up getting whittled down little by little. Clean sweep by the mages. Then again, when Seawork walks into the room, do you expect any different? Let's get ourselves another one going, boys. You can't just let a man escape with a 1v5 like that, man. You gotta get back in the challenge room again.